What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of The Breakdown. This is on my TV, and I was looking at the highlights. I think it was NFL Countdown or Inside the NFL with Chris Berman after all the day games are over before Sunday Night Football when they run over all the highlights. And this was like the first thing that they showed, and I just decided to pause it right here. All right, I'm a 49ers fan, and this was beyond terrible. I mean, this is the second week in a row that the 49ers have been blown out. I mean, QBs pass wherever they want to on the 49ers defense. Now, granted, yeah, you played against Big Ben last week, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and then Carson Palmer, when playing well, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But I'm talking about these teams, they just say, screw the run game. We're going to go straight to the passing game. These teams pass wherever they want to against the 49ers. So the 49ers defense against the pass is terrible. Against the run, they're decent. They don't rush the passer that well. But let's talk about this guy right here. I mean, this guy right here that you see, not the guy below with what the 49ers had on, not the guy to the left here with his arms crossed, not the guy behind right there that you can't see his face, and not the guy to the right with the number 4 or something or whatever his number is. The guy right here in the center. This guy right here gave the game away within the first 5 minutes through 2 pick sixes to start the game and spotted Arizona 14 points on their own home field, and from there, the game was over. I mean, the game was probably over before it started anyway. He ended up with 4 interceptions. He was 9 out of 19 for passing for 67 yards. That is the worst performance that I have ever seen. Any of us, me and all you guys listening, probably could have got out there and had a better day than what this guy has had. Keapernick has gotten worse as the years have gone on. It seems like after he got that big contract, he's just gotten worse. Yes, the offensive line is not that great, but when you've got one of the best tight ends in the game, Vernon Davis, you've got Anquan Bolden, who's one of the best possession receivers in the game, and then you've got Torrey Smith, who's probably one of the better wide receivers in the game, and all 3 of those guys combined for, I think, 2 catches, and I think Anquan Bolden got both of the catches. I mean, if you look at their stats through 3 games this year, Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden, and Vernon Davis hardly have any catches, and that has to fall squarely on the quarterback. The offensive line's doing what they can as far as blocking for Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde's doing what he can. But I think it's time for the 49ers to move on from this guy right here. They paid him all that money. As soon as they gave him that big contract, he's gotten worse. He's gotten worse. Has he gotten worse as fast as RG3 has? No. RG3's decline was very, very steep. Colin Kaepernick's decline has been very, very gradual, but he's gotten worse. I mean, the guy can't move around in the pocket and buy time. I mean, look at Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the best offensive line. He's not the fastest guy, but he moves his feet. He moves around the pocket, and he buys time and does what he has to do to get the ball out of his hands and get it to his receivers. When Colin Kaepernick, when the pocket starts breaking down, his eyes leave downfield. He doesn't know where to go with it, and then he ends up getting sacked or has to scramble and do something. I mean, overall, I don't want to make this video just about Keapernick because, I mean, it's a team effort. But he is the prime target. He is the reason why the 49ers lost this game to the Arizona Cardinals. And overall, the 49ers organization has they went from being a proud organization to like the laughing stock of the league. Jed York, I mean, I hope you're happy now that Harbaugh's not there because he was the coach that turned it around. And now you fired him, and now the 49ers are going back to what they were before Harbaugh was there. So at this point, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what the 49ers need to do to get back on track. I don't know if there's anything they can do. I mean, if you look at the schedule, I mean, and then the NFL want to bury the Niners too. I mean, look at the schedule they gave them. The Vikings, the first game, on the road to Pittsburgh, on the road Arizona, and then you get Green Bay at home. I mean, that's a brutal 4-game schedule. I don't care who you are. Like, maybe only the Patriots will come out of that undefeated or with a 3-1 record. So that's a tough schedule in its own right. But at this point, I don't think there's anything the 49ers can do to salvage the season. At the beginning of the year, I thought the 49ers maybe had a chance to win 9 games, at maybe 10 games at a stretch. At this point, I think the Niners probably only going to win about 3 or 4 games this season. And all the talk that all the media and everybody saying they weren't going to be good, yeah, they're looking real good on that right now because, I mean, the 49ers can't do anything. Can't do anything. I mean, the offensive line's terrible. They get holding penalties. I mean, if the 49ers get a holding penalty on first down and that turns into 1st and 20, they might as well just punt the ball because they're not picking up a first down. I mean, that's just how bad this quarterback that you see right here is, and that's how bad the offense is. I know Anquan Bolden and the wide receivers are sitting back talking about this guy behind his back because it's just terrible. And wait till the end of the year. You guys thought you saw a lot of people leave the 49ers after last season? Wait till next year. Vernon Davis isn't going to be around. Anquan Bolden will probably retire. Torrey Smith's probably regretting that he came to the 49ers. To put up with this, Navarro Bowman, unless he's still under contract, he's probably going to leave too. So at this point, it's just not looking good for the Niners at all right now. At all. But, I mean, if anybody has any words of wisdom, let me know what you think they can do, if they can do anything to get this thing at least. I mean, they ain't making the playoffs, but at least to be like a 500 team, be 8-8 or 7-9. Let me know what you think they can do to get to 7 or 8 wins, because at this point, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So I'm out.